Do you want to learn a super easy stitch for blankets? Come with me and learn how to do the V-stitch. So let's have a look at this V-stitch. It's called a V-stitch because we've got lots of V's that sit on top of each other. So we start off making a chain and working the first row in, and then after you've set up the first row, all the subsequent rows are just putting V's into the previous V's that you've done. So it uses a multiple of 3 plus 1. So I've just done a chain here of 12 stitches plus 1, so it's 13 stitches. So you can just multiply that and add 1 for whatever the size of your project. So the first of these doubles goes into the 5th chain from the hook. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to work in there. So we do yarn over. I'm going to work into the chain and put a double crochet. Now that's a treble in UK terms, double in US terms. So then we put a chain and then another double straight into the same chain. So you can see now that's your first V-stitch created. So we're then going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we're going to put the next V into here. So yarn over, in it goes. That's a double, then chain 1 and another double into that stitch. And there's our second V. So we're going to skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and we're going to put another one in here. So you yarn over, in goes the first double, chain 1, and a second double. Oops, that's a bit splitty. Second double, into there. So there's 3 V's, and then we've got 2 chains left, and right at the end here we're going to put in a double crochet so that we've got a nice straight edge. And what that does is it means that later on, if you want to add a border, you've got something to hook into. So there's the sort of foundation first row. So I'm going to turn and then we're going to work all the subsequent rows. So first thing we do is to chain 3, because we're going to put more double crochets in here. So we go up to the right height, chain 3. And then I'm going to work another V-stitch into this first V. So I do yarn over, go into the V-stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, so that's the first double, then 1 chain and then another one straight into the same V. So we're putting a second V on top of the first V. Now sometimes some patterns have a slightly wider V, so there might be 2 chains in there, but for this just basic one we're putting just 1 in, and then I'm going to work into this next V, straight into it, yarn over, straight into that V, so a double crochet and then 1 chain and a double crochet. There's the next one, and then we work into the last one, another V, space and a V, and then all we need to do is to put in the last stitch here, which is a double crochet that will sit into the top of the chain 3 from the previous round, and that gives you that nice straight edge. So you carry on working like this, putting V's into the V's, and they all sit on top of each other. Now you can work in just one colour like that, or you could change colours. This is something called the candy comb cowl. Actually it's a hat and cowl set. I just wanted to show you this pattern because it changes colour, so it goes different colour V's on different colour V's, and if you imagine, that looks fantastic when it's a blanket. But anyway, so you don't have to stick to one colour. So that's how we work the V-stitch. It's super pretty. I love it when it's in different colours, especially on a blanket. So if you've used the V-stitch already, or you've been inspired to use it from this video, I would love to see what you've made. post a link in the comments and I'm going to go and take a look. See you next time.